Hi guys and welcome back to Pedal to the Metal F1. It's Monday after the race and from now on, every Monday after a race, we're gonna give drivers report cards. So let's start with our winner, Max Verstappen. We're gonna give Verstappen a 10. There are no more words to describe how phenomenal he is. He charged through the field on Sunday's race with the calm and the knowledge of having the best car underneath him, plus his incredible talent that makes everything look easy. It's true that Red Bull have a great advantage over the straights when they deploy the DRS, which works marvelous on their car unlike their competitors, but Verstappen had an extra gear on this track and he proved it come Sunday's race. On to the next, we have Sergio Perez, who finished second, and we're gonna give him a 6, because starting from pole and then finishing second, it's disappointing at this stage. If he's to keep the fight for the championship alive, he needs to finish in front of his teammate. This race was a reality check for the Mexican, this time no safety car or other drivers crashing had come to his aid, unlike the previous events in Baku's race and the Miami qualifying. He's got beaten badly on pure performance from his teammate who started 9 on the grid. He did the minimum required from him at this stage, which is to complete the team's 1-2 finish. Then Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso, we're gonna give him a 9, because Alonso is the gift that keeps on giving. His consistency streak continues with yet another podium in Miami, which makes 4 podium out of 5 races this season. And talking about consistency, the only time he was out of the podium was last week in Baku, and with the 4th place, just 8 tenths behind Leclerc. Now we're just waiting to see him on top of the podium for what will be an incredible comeback to winning ways 10 years after his last victory when he was in Ferrari. George Russell in 4th position, we're gonna give Russell a 8. This was a much better performance for Russell, who made the most out of a more competitive Mercedes around the Miami track to finish just outside the podium, and notably for him, also in front of teammate Hamilton, who's finished 6th. And he also cleared both Ferraris, so all in all, a good result for him and for his team as well. On to the next, Carlos Sainz. We're gonna give Sainz a 7. This was a much better performance from Sainz compared to last week in Baku. He didn't impress me in Miami and never had the pace to answer the Red Bull and even the Aston Martin of Alonso, but he kept a cool head with a steady pace and avoided mistakes unlike his teammate Leclerc, to finish in the top 5 and get valuable points for him and for the team. On to the next, Hamilton. 6th position, we're gonna give Hamilton a 6. Hamilton had to put in a recovery drive yet again after starting 13 on the grid on Saturday's qualifying, but during the race the car came alive, and in starting with the hard compounds, he made a long stint before switching into medium tires 15-ish laps before the end. However, he could not find a way past Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari and finished behind him and his teammate as well. Not ideal for Lewis, but a good recovery nonetheless. Leclerc, my idol Charles Leclerc, in 7th position, I have to give him a 5, because Leclerc struggled all weekend in Miami. He crashed in both FP2 on Friday and in Q3 on Saturday's qualifying, always in the same corner. Come race day on Sunday, he could not find a way past an energized K-Mag in his ass and spent 40 laps behind his gearbox, which by now he will know by heart how it looks like. The setup on his car was different than teammate Sainz and proved to be less performant. Ferrari has got a lot to do to grant both drivers with a quicker and more reliable car. 18 races to go at this pace are going to be a nightmare for us tifosi and for the sport as well. We all want to see a red car fighting for the win, not for 5th or 7th position. Pierre Gasly. Well, we have both Alpines in 8 and 9. So it was an encouraging race for both Alpine drivers who scored valuable points on Sunday in Miami after a weekend to forget last time out in Baku. They are a long way behind if they wish to fight for the championship anytime soon, but at least this is a more decent showing for the French squad. So a 7 for Gasly, and for Ocon, we're gonna give him a 6. At a certain point, Ocon was hovering in fourth position thanks to starting on the hard compound tires, but he inevitably lost places when he had to pit for the medium and ended up behind his teammate. So not the best for him, but much needed points at this stage indeed, for both of them and for the team. Then, to round up the top 10, we have Kevin Magnussen. We're gonna give Magnussen a 8. He has been immense in Miami, fighting like a madman against the Ferraris of Leclerc, and every time Leclerc tried to overtake him, he would find a way pass back again, forcing him to wait 40 laps before he could find a way past the Dane. As looked promising in qualifying, but in race stream they looked slower, could not do better than 10th place at the checkered flag. It's a well-deserved point for K-Mag and for the team anyway, especially that it came at one of the 3 home races this season for the American team. And now a little mention for the losers. I've already said, as I said before, Ferrari needs to be fighting at the front, not in the midfield. It's frustrating to see a car capable of good lap times on qualifying to then lose a second per lap come race day. So this is what we get. A bunch of clowns over at Ferrari right now. I'm sorry to say that because I love Ferrari. It's my favorite team, but it is painful. And another painful team to watch right now is McLaren. McLaren this year is even less competitive compared to last year's car. For a team of the same heritage and trophies like Ferrari, we all expect a lot more. At the moment they are the 8th or 9th quickest car, and that is both miserable and sad, especially considering that in Lando Norris they have a potential world champion type of driver and a promising young star in Oscar Piastri. So guys, this was all for today. I hope you liked it, and wish you have a great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow for yet another video. Bye.